everyone, today I'll be showing you how to use Boot Camp Assistant to install Windows 10 on your old Intel MacBook. So, let's begin. So first, open your favorite web browser and search up Windows 10 ISO. And then just search it. So after you search it up, find the first link from Microsoft and click it. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Select Edition, Windows 10 Multi-Edition ISO, and click Confirm. Then select what language you want. I'll choose English. And then click Confirm again. Then click the 64-bit download here. Once you click the 64-bit download, it should appear in your downloads on your web browser. So, you're just gonna let this finish as it is a 5 GB file, which will take a long time depending on your internet speed. So for me, I'm still gonna have to wait 2 more minutes, and I will be back when it's done. So once your download is done, you're gonna go and close your web browser. And now you will have to prepare a 8 GB or bigger USB stick. In this case, I have a 64 GB one. So you guys need a 8 GB or more one. Plug it into your MacBook. The USB drive should show up on the top right corner of your desktop. Then, to open Boot Camp Assistant, open Spotlight Search by pressing Command and Space simultaneously to bring up Spotlight. Then search up Boot Camp Assistant, like this. It should automatically show up here. Hit Enter. Then you will see this window. So on this window, click Continue. Then click Continue. As you can see, it should automatically show your Windows 10 ISO on the selection page. And select your USB flash drive and click Continue. It should now begin. Now I will speed the video up as this will actually take a long time. So you're just gonna have to wait around. If your old Mac has only USB 1.1 or USB 2.0 slots, you will need to wait a little bit longer. In this case, I have a 2014 MacBook Pro with USB 3.0 slots, so the download will be faster. Anyways, so I'm just gonna speed the video up now. Alright, so after it finishes all that, if you are on a very old Mac, it will actually show the partition page before you actually do all the stuff to the USB stick. But for later versions of macOS, such as 10.14 or later, it will show this last. So first, now it will ask you how much space you want to allocate for Windows and how much space you want to keep for macOS. For now, I'm just gonna give it 150 gigabytes of space. Then click install and it will partition your disk. After it partitions your disk, it will automatically restart the Mac. As you can see, the Mac has restarted and will automatically boot into Windows. You just need to wait a bit. And there you go, the Windows logo. Now we just need to wait for it to boot. As you can see, we are now in Windows setup. But for right now, we do not have any drivers yet. So if you're on a Retina MacBook, the screen will go small. So I'm going to zoom in on the install. On the install page, click next. Oh yeah, your mouse, if you have a USB mouse, it will work. But if you have a Bluetooth mouse, you do not have the drivers for it and it will not be connected. So you will need to use your Mac's trackpad. If you have a product key, you can type it in now, but I bet most Mac people won't have a Windows product key. So if you have a product key for your Windows install, type it in here. Or if you don't, click I don't have a product key. For me, I don't have it, so I'll click it. Then choose your edition of Windows. If you are willing to activate Windows, Windows 10 Home will give you $99 and Windows 10 Pro will give you $199. So you probably won't be really using all of the Pro features, so I recommend you go with Home, but I have a Home license, so I'll go with Home. Then click Next. Accept the license terms. Then click Next. Then on this screen, you're going to want to click the partition tree. If you don't have any other Ubuntu Windows installs on your Mac, it should be partition tree. If not, it will be either 4 or 2. In this case, partition 1 is my EFI, 2 is your macOS install, and it will not install because it is not formatted as NTFS. So choose the one that says Boot Camp, then click on Next. Then it will start installing. This will take a while, so let's begin the waiting. After it installs, it will automatically restart your Mac. Then Windows will boot. The first boot will take a long time as it still has to prepare drivers and all those stuff. So I will fast forward the video. And now after it finished its initial booting, as you can see, we are now at the out-of-box setup, aka where you choose your language and region. So we're just gonna wait for this a bit. And now it should pop up in the middle of your screen. So first, choose your region. For me, I am not in the United States, so I'll go and choose my region. Once you're done, click yes. Choose your keyboard layout, click yes, and you can skip or add a second keyboard layout. For me, I'll skip this. As I said earlier, we still don't have drivers, so click I don't have internet. Then continue with limited setup. Then name your user account. Then type in a password. Type your password again on the screen and choose security questions. For me, I am not going to show you this as I do not want to get hacked into. So I will skip this. And everything, it will hit a just a moment screen. And now you will see the privacy settings page. I would actually go ahead and turn off all of this because we don't need this. Then click accept. And now you'll be greeted with the logging in screen and getting everything ready. This will also take a long time, so I'll speed up the video. Once you install, after that setup completes, you'll be on Windows 10. For now, since you don't have any drivers yet, it will look miniature on your screen. But you will see the boot camp install all the way there in the middle. So on the boot camp installer, click next. Then accept the terms. Then click install. Now this will also take a long time, so let's wait a while. After the emulating pre-install packages thing finishes, you will see your screen resolution will bump up to a really high resolution, which is still not what we want, so we have to still let the drivers continue. Alright, so after it finishes, you will see the screen. So now, click finish. Then it will ask you to restart. Click yes. And then your Mac will restart. It will automatically boot back into Windows. Then you'll be at the login screen. Go ahead and enter your password. After you enter your password and hit enter, you realize your screen resolution will finally go to the correct size. But that's not all. We still have drivers that we need. So first, go ahead and connect to your internet. So first, go ahead and go into the Wi-Fi page and connect to your internet. After you connect to Wi-Fi, press Command to open the Start menu and find Apple Software Update. Click that. It should open up Apple Software Update and check for new software. Depending on your model, there might not be updates, but occasionally they will. So click Install 3 items and click Yes on this pop-up. Then it will download the additional updates for your Mac on Windows. If your one finishes but it has a little error icon on the one next to it, go ahead and click No, then install it again. But if it installed all of them, click Yes to reboot your machine. Oh yeah, and I forgot, you can safely eject the USB from Windows and take it out of your Mac now. But first, let's let the Mac restart. And there you go, we're back on the login screen. Now type your password. And you will be greeted to your Windows 10 desktop. So now, here are some ways to get back into macOS from Windows. First, the first way is clicking the hidden icons, clicking this bootcamp and restart in macOS. Then it will pop up this and you can click OK to go back into macOS. But one of my favorite ways to do this is going to the Start menu, the power button, and restart. As it restarts, hold down the Option key on your keyboard like this. Just keep holding it down. On the Mac screen, after a while of holding down the Option key, and after your Mac finishes the reboot, let's just wait a bit here, you should see this screen. Now, if you're wondering why is there two windows, well, remove the USB. It should poof out and now you have Macintosh and Windows. Now, you can choose Windows to go back into Windows or Macintosh SSD or whatever your macOS drive name is to get back into macOS. Now we'll boot back into macOS. And there you go. You are back to your macOS install. So now, since we're back in macOS, you can now go back into Windows. To go back into Windows, follow the same steps just now I showed you, holding down the Option key to get back into Windows, like this. First of all, go to the Apple menu and click Restart. Then click Restart again. Same as last time, hold down the Option key on your keyboard while the Mac reboots. Then you should see the boot menu again, and you can now click Windows to get back into your Windows install. And there you go. Thank you for watching.